It was an ordinary evening when Max sat down to enjoy his favorite snack, crispy, crunchy potato chips. As he munched away, he felt something unusual in his mouth. At first, he thought it might be a broken piece of chip, but as he reached in with his tongue, he realized it was something much stranger. Something hard and shiny was stuck between his teeth. Curious, Max focused on the feeling and imagined what it could be. He quickly glanced in the mirror and, to his shock, saw a small gold nugget wedged tightly between his molars. It sparkled brilliantly under the bathroom light, revealing its unexpected presence so close to a place usually reserved for food. Max's heart raced with a mix of excitement and disbelief. How did this gold nugget end up in his mouth? He couldn't help but think of all the possibilities. Was it a sign of good luck? Did someone lose it nearby while spending time with friends? As he pondered these questions, the worries began to creep in too. What if he hurt himself while trying to get it out? Max realized he needed help. The next step became clear. He had to visit the dentist. With his mind swirling with thoughts about that mysterious nugget, Max picked up the phone and made an appointment, eager yet anxious about how this strange adventure would unfold at the dentist's office. Max couldn't believe his eyes as he stared at the gold nugget reflecting the bathroom light. It was unreal. Why was there a piece of gold in his mouth? His heart raced in a whirlwind of emotions. Was this some sort of strange dream? He felt excitement bubbling within him, like the fizz of soda on a hot day. After all, who finds a gold nugget just chilling in their teeth? But amidst the thrill, there was also a twinge of worry gnawing at him. What if this nugget caused damage to his teeth? What if he couldn't get it removed safely? Max's mind began to race with thoughts as he paced the bathroom floor. Would he be famous now? Or would he just be known as the kid with the gold tooth? The thought made him chuckle to himself, lightening the mood a little. He rushed to grab his phone, feeling both eager and anxious about what lay ahead. What would the dentist say? Would they be as surprised as he was? The idea of someone else's astonishment made him smile. Finally, he pushed aside his fears and dialed the dentist's number. Max was ready for whatever came next, torn between the excitement of his unexpected find and the worry of how it would all turn out. One thing was for sure. His evening snack had turned into an adventure he would never forget. Taking a deep breath, Max sat at the kitchen table, phone in hand, ready to call the dentist. The thought of sharing his bizarre situation made him nervous, but he knew it had to be done. What if they laughed at him? What if they didn't believe him? Shaking off the doubts, he pressed the buttons to dial, feeling his heart pound like a drum. When the receptionist answered, her cheerful tone calmed him slightly, yet he could still hear his own voice quivering as he explained why he needed an urgent appointment. I found a gold nugget in my tooth. There was a moment of silence on the other end, and Max imagined the woman trying to stifle a giggle. But then she kindly scheduled him for later that afternoon. Relief washed over him. At least he was one step closer to solving the strange puzzle. As the time drew near, Max felt butterflies swirling in his stomach. He couldn't shake off visions of what could happen. The dentist peering into his mouth with wide eyes or tools clinking ominously as they prepared for extraction. Would it hurt? What if something went wrong? Despite these worries, there was still a flicker of excitement about being part of such an unusual story. Finally, bundled up with hope and nerves, Max made his way to the dental office. He wondered how many other patients in that waiting room had stories as wild as his. If only they knew. As Max settled into the dentist's chair, he felt his stomach do a flip. The room was bright, filled with the faint scent of mint and antiseptic. The dentist, Dr. Reynolds, walked in with a welcoming smile that eased some of Max's tension. She had years of experience, and her confidence made him feel a bit better about this surprising situation. After a few friendly questions to break the ice, Dr. Reynolds carefully put on her gloves and picked up a small flashlight. "Let's take a look at what we have here," she said, her tone calm and reassuring. She leaned in closer, examining Max's mouth with great curiosity. Max watched as her eyes widened when she spotted the shiny object nestled between his molars. "Well, this is something you don't see every day," she exclaimed, half in disbelief. Max could only nod as he felt heat rise in his cheeks, part embarrassment and part pride at his unusual find. Dr. Reynolds gently probed around the nugget, noting its position with expert precision. "This is definitely a gold nugget," she said, grinning broadly. "I'm impressed by how it got here." Her surprise only added to the thrill for Max. He couldn't believe he was known for such an extraordinary dental adventure. After assessing the nugget's placement, Dr. Reynolds explained the plan for removal, ensuring Max felt comfortable throughout the process. She told him it would be quick and straightforward, listing the tools she would use while keeping her tone light and playful to ease any lingering nerves. Dr. Reynolds leaned back in her chair, tapping her chin thoughtfully as she examined the gold nugget once more. "You know, Max, I've got an unconventional idea for removing this," she said, a playful glint in her eye. Max's heart skipped a beat. What was she planning? "I'm thinking of using a Colt hammer," she continued, gauging his reaction. Max's eyebrows shot up in surprise. A hammer? Was she serious? "Now, before you panic," Dr. Reynolds added quickly, noticing his wide-eyed expression, "let me explain." She went on to describe the special Colt hammer used in dental procedures. It was designed for gentle taps and precise control. The small size and careful engineering made it perfect for delicately freeing objects like the nugget from teeth without causing damage. "Sometimes traditional methods can be too rough," she explained. "With this hammer, I can give just a little nudge to get it loose." Max felt a combination of relief and apprehension. The idea sounded unusual but also intriguing. Dr. Reynolds assured him that this approach would be quick and effective, helping him leave with his treasure intact. "Trust me, we're going to turn this little adventure into a success story," she said with an encouraging smile. With newfound confidence, Max nodded, ready to proceed with this unique plan while still marveling at the fact that a dentist was about to use a hammer on his teeth. As Dr. Reynolds prepared for the extraction, she focused on creating a calm and safe atmosphere for Max. First, she laid out her instruments with care, ensuring each tool was ready for the procedure. The Colt hammer gleamed under the bright lights as she positioned it for easy access. "This will help us get that nugget out gently," she reiterated. Max watched as she organized everything meticulously, noticing how professional and confident she appeared. Dr. Reynolds then turned to him with a warm smile. "I'm going to start by numbing the area around your tooth," she explained. "This way, you won't feel any pain at all during the extraction." With a gentle touch, she administered the local anesthetic, making sure to explain every step so Max felt included and informed. As he felt a slight pinch, he focused on her kind voice rather than his nerves. Next, Dr. Reynolds placed a soft bib around Max's neck to catch any debris and keep him comfortable throughout the process. She positioned the dental chair perfectly, tilting it back just enough so he could relax while still feeling secure. To add to Max's comfort, she put on some light music in the background, creating a peaceful vibe in the room. "Just breathe easy. We're going to make this quick and simple," she assured him. With everything set in motion, Dr. Reynolds looked at Max once more. "Ready to turn this little adventure into a success?" With her confident attitude, Max nodded. He was ready. As Dr. Reynolds steadied her hand, she took a moment to ensure Max was ready. "Just breathe easy, and we'll take care of this," she said, glancing at him with a reassuring smile. Max nodded, his heart pounding with excitement and a hint of apprehension. This was the moment they had been waiting for. With precision and care, Dr. Reynolds positioned the Colt hammer against the gold nugget. The room felt charged with anticipation as she gently tapped it once, twice, and then a third time. Each soft, measured hit sent ripples of vibration through Max's mouth, but no pain, just the thrill of the unexpected adventure. "Almost there," she encouraged as she could sense his tension easing with each tap. Max concentrated on her voice, feeling a mix of exhilaration and disbelief that this unusual procedure was happening. How many people could say they had a dentist use a hammer to remove treasure from their tooth? Finally, on the last tap, there was a soft pop that echoed in the stillness of the dentist's office. Dr. Reynolds' eyes lit up as she carefully lifted the nugget from its resting place, grinning widely at their success. "We did it!" she exclaimed, holding up the shiny piece like a trophy. Max couldn't help but laugh, filled with joy and relief. It felt surreal to have not only released his tooth from this peculiar predicament, but also to have a story to tell. A gold nugget extraction adventure that would be hard to forget. As Max sat up in the dental chair, a wave of relief washed over him. The gold nugget now rested in Dr. Reynolds' palm, glimmering under the bright lights of the office. "I can't believe it's gone," he exclaimed, an enormous grin spreading across his face. It felt surreal to him that such an extraordinary event had just occurred. Dr. Reynolds placed the nugget in a small, clear container and handed it to Max. "Here's your treasure," she said with a smile. Holding it in his hand, Max examined the shiny piece more closely, marveling at its weight and the story it held. This was not just any nugget. It was a golden symbol of his unusual adventure. As he stood up from the chair, he felt lighter, not just because of the relief from the extraction, but also from the excitement bubbling inside him. He couldn't wait to tell his friends about how he had visited the dentist and had a gold nugget removed with a Colt hammer. It was a story that would be hard to top. Before leaving, Dr. Reynolds reminded him to take care of his teeth and keep up with regular checkups. Max nodded enthusiastically, promising to remain diligent in his dental hygiene. As he stepped out into the sunlight, the world felt brighter than before. The experience had been thrilling and unique, turning an ordinary day into an extraordinary memory he would cherish for years to come. He couldn't help but smile as he thought about all the adventures that lay ahead. Once Max got home, the first thing he did was plop down at his kitchen table, the gold nugget resting in its small clear container before him. He turned it over, marveling at its shine and weight. Max had never owned anything like this before, and it felt like holding a piece of treasure from a grand adventure. He began to wonder about the nugget's actual worth. Would it be enough to buy something special, like a new bike or a video game console? Max quickly fired up his laptop to research how much gold was valued per ounce. He discovered that the nugget weighed about half an ounce, which meant it could be worth a couple of $100s at least. Suddenly, his mind raced with possibilities. What if he kept it as a reminder of this unique experience? Or perhaps he could save up and combine its value with some allowance money for something he'd wanted for a long time. The idea of using it for something fun excited him, but he also considered using part of the money for charity, as a way of sharing his treasure's luck with others. With a big smile on his face, Max decided he would keep the nugget safe for now, a shining reminder of the day when a simple snack turned into an unforgettable dental expedition. Excited about his newfound treasure and all the options that lay ahead, he tucked the container into a safe spot in his room, already eager to plan his next adventure. Max's unusual adventure with the gold nugget has led him to reflect on the many surprises life can throw our way. What started as a simple snack of potato chips turned into a memorable experience that taught him the importance of addressing unexpected situations, no matter how strange they may seem. Visiting the dentist became not just a necessity but an exciting journey filled with wonder and curiosity about what treasures might exist in everyday life. This experience also underscored the significance of dental care. Max learned that taking care of one's teeth isn't just about avoiding pain. It can lead to unexpected discoveries and stories worth sharing. It reminded him that dental visits could be opportunities for learning and adventure rather than just routine checkups. Moreover, the gold nugget itself became a metaphor for unexpected treasures in life. Just as he found something valuable in an unlikely place, Max realized that life could surprise us with moments of joy and discovery when we least expect them. This newfound treasure was more than just a shiny object. It symbolized resilience, creativity, and the thrill of embracing the unknown. As Max looks forward to future adventures, he carries with him the lesson that sometimes surprises can lead to delightful outcomes. He understands now that being open to experiences, even unusual ones, can enrich our lives and reveal hidden gems waiting to be found. With his gold nugget safely tucked away, Max is excited about all the possibilities the future may hold.